Happy Financial Friday. Kim Pomeros here. I am coming to you with another, as I said, Financial Friday. And my question to you is your business leaking money? Mine was, and it happened more than once. I don't even want to think about the amount of money that I lost over time. And I'm hoping by sharing some things with you that you can avoid some of the pitfalls that I experienced over the years. So as a business owner, it is important to develop a level of trust with your employees. But beyond that, and however, it's important to realize in order to be a great leader, you must inspect what you expect. I can't emphasize that enough. There are a lot of ways that you can leak money, but I'm going to go over three of them right now. And the first one is payroll. So is your staff being paid properly? Are they being paid the correct amount? Are they being overpaid? Are they paying the deductions that they should be? And if they have children in the school, are they being charged correctly and accurately and consistently for their children to attend? My experience was pretty depressing when I went to look at my payroll history. Your payroll program should be able to apply automatically the various, like the tuition, the various deductions, so that their payroll is accurate every time. But that information is only as good as the person who puts it in, and consistently. And in my case, that was not done consistently. Those things were being put in manually during payroll, the pay periods. And I was horrified to discover that teachers were not, they were being paid their proper amount, but they were not paying for all their deductions. And the biggest thing was they were not being charged consistently for their children to attend. So, but nobody spoke up, and I can understand why. If you looked at your paycheck and you're like, oh, I didn't get charged for my two kids, I'll just keep my mouth shut. So that went on for a long time. And I'm sure I lost a lot of money with that. So you need to make sure that all the proper deductions are entered into your payroll application so that they're being applied consistently. Another area that you can lose money in, and in all of these, you can lose money because negligence or not being careful, or it can be done maliciously. And before I go on to the next one, I will share with you another thing that happened with payroll. I had a director a number of years back who was a disaster area, but her daughter worked for me for a period of time, and she was a worse disaster area, and actually was fired for sleeping with construction workers in the cars in the parking lot at school. So great family, but I did not. So anyway, the daughter was fired. Something made me just concerned, and I decided to go look at the payroll. This director had paid her daughter for 2 weeks after she had been fired. Needless to say, that director was also fired. But it happens. It can happen to you. So you need to watch for these things. So again, going back to the next thing, purchases. So prices go up, but sometimes prices go up in ways that they shouldn't. That if you're not keeping an eye on the ball, you can suddenly be paying much more for something than you need to be. So you need to be monitoring what you're paying your vendors, and monitoring if you need to be looking for either negotiating with your vendor or looking for new vendors. But that same director that I had was using the school account as her personal shopping account. And she was lining up vendors that were giving her kickbacks. So I hope that your directors and your admin team are more honest than this particular woman was, but just be aware that it can happen and keep an eye on things. The final area that I want to talk about is tuition. And most of us have, some form of tuition application that helps us streamline the process and make it more accurate. But here again, it's only as accurate as the person entering the information. And I also went back and reviewed over a period of time what families were paying in tuition and the children that they had in the school, and was horrified to discover that, some families with 2 kids were only being charged for 1. And of course, here again, nobody's going to say, oh, you didn't charge me for my second child. Or they would be charged the wrong rate. And so it's important that you or your designated person, who is not the person who's entering that information, but another designated person, is assigned to review this process so that everybody is being charged the correct amount. Through these 3 areas, I lost a lot of money over time, and it didn't have to be. I trusted too much, and I didn't inspect enough. And those were hard lessons learned. Lessons that I hope you can avoid by taking the time to set up processes to review your expenditures, your tuition, your payroll, so that you are protecting your money. So please go out there and prosper, protect your money, and have a great week.